I'm Karen Kennedy. I run a business called Kennedy Accountancy and Bookkeeping Services Limited, based in the Highlands of Scotland. So I've got a very nice view behind me, but it's raining at the moment, so you can't see it. Started the business in October last year in lockdown, and I've got so far 48 clients. So a real mix, no particular niche other than my niche is the local community. So the problems or challenges that I was facing before I started using Pixie was overwhelm and growing too fast without a proper system in place. Despite knowing that I needed a system, I just kind of was winging it. That was fine for the first wee while, with post-it notes everywhere and notes and spreadsheets, but with a high emphasis on my service delivery levels, I do not want to miss anything or miss a step, or not know what work's coming up, that sort of thing. So the impact of those challenges on me personally was that I had lots of bits of paper all over the office, all over the house, on my phone, on my hands, with remember to do this, remember to do that, which in turn leads to a great deal of stress. And I think a sort of, a messy office leads to a messy brain, loads of things buzzing around inside, and then starting to worry that, might start missing things. So it was not very relaxing. Senta was getting mentioned, a couple of others, but I just sort of made a decision to try Senta. Pixie was also mentioned, and I did a trial. I was really liked it because it seemed really intuitive. I was going to sign up, but then a friend who was really well versed in Senta kind of said, I can get you set up really quickly on Senta. So I made the decision to go with Senta. But it's not very intuitive for me personally, and it was a bit of overkill, and I was probably making a bit of an excuse, but it kind of built up in my head like, I've got such a massive job to do to get this up and running, that I was just putting it off, and it just became this thing. So I just kind of made a snap decision to go back to Pixie. I think it's going with your gut. That's, it says a lot. Went back to Pixie and haven't looked back since. So in terms of implementation, I'm still quite new to Pixie, but what I did was I set aside half a day. Usually on a Monday I do my own work on my own business rather than clients. Set aside a morning, watch the onboarding video that you've done. I think it's about an hour long. I watched that, which I would recommend people do instead of tinkering about first. Just watch that. Imported all my clients with CSV, really easy. Assigned the workflows, and within half a day that was the bulk of that work done, and it felt great. So first and foremost, Pixie has reduced the overwhelm, and I can go into the system, look at what work is upcoming, but not be overwhelmed with like a million different individual tasks. It's very sort of high level, and when I look at it, I don't think, oh my goodness, I've got so much to do. I think, right, that's what I need to do. So it's helped reduce that overwhelm, and it's encouraged good practices within me. So previously, I'd have a meeting with a client, I would write stuff down in my book, and then it wouldn't go anywhere, if I was making notes. But now it's just a habit stack, really. Like, I have the meeting, I had one this morning with a client, go into the notes section in Pixie and type up anything, anything odd or that I need to know for the year-end accounts. It's just really sort of streamlined my processes, and the email integration has really helped in terms of tracking what's going in and out with jobs and that sort of thing. And with the Go Proposal link now set up, it's really sort of streamlined that sort of onboarding process for me, and looking forward to further implementing it and making sure that I've got everything in there that I need. If there's anyone else out there considering using Pixie, I would just tell them to do it, regardless of any stories that you're telling yourself. Especially if you've invested time and money into something else, that's not a reason not to change. And if you're not happy with whatever it is you're using or not using, as it may be, then not taking action to change that is, insanity, because nothing's going to change if you don't change what you're doing. So yeah, I highly recommend Pixie, and reach out to on the online chat. The function's really good. The support team are great. The onboarding videos really helpful. It's not a difficult process, and make use of the support team who can guide you with, first steps, that type of thing.